podcast. We'll get this shit rolling right away.
Yes, sir.
Shoot.
Trying to like this is the first official brainstorm video. So what do you? What do you think? How long? Okay, since you want to talk about slavery, how long do you think you would be if slavery still existed right here, right now? How long do you think you would still be on this earth? Do you think they would have been killed you, or do you think you would have? Do you think you would have survived?
Okay. So, like, question of the day: do I keep the same like mindset and mentality that I have now going back into slavery? Because if so, I'm dead on the spot. Like, period. Like, yeah, again, I'm chill as fuck. I try and be down to earth, but like, I get ignorant at times. And I guarantee, if I'm stressed, I'm hungry, I ain't got no weed in the bit, I ain't got no alcohol in the bit, I ain't got no pussy in the bit. Like, yeah, I'm gonna speak the fuck out of my mind. But like, and this is gonna sound ignorant, but I mean, if I got that mindset of back then, like, again, like, I know we had that conversation, a whole separate fucking podcast that doesn't even exist anymore. But like, if you're used to it, I mean, sure. Like, right now, who I am today, I'm gonna be killed on the spot, like, period. But I'm not gonna. If I was born 200, 300, 400 years ago, probably not.
If you can access any type of weapon though. You can go to the gun store and get whatever fucking gun you want, but you have to.
Oh, so like if it existed today, right? So like if it existed today,
yeah, right here, right today. No purge,
right here, right now.
Slavery. I ain't talking no purge. You gotta.
Today I'm dead too, especially today. I mean, maybe though, like, if this shit just, like, tomorrow popped off and it's like, yeah, we're putting all these black people back into slavery, number one, I don't think it would fly. Because, don't get me wrong, like, it's still been a thing. Like, if you look at the prison systems, the incarcerations, etc., and, I mean, there's people that are going to try and debate that and debunk that, but that's just not how it works. Yeah, like, it's over.
Okay, so
it's over entirely.
We can write that down. We can slavery. How about black excellence? What does that look like to you? Black excellence.
Oh man, I'm gonna ask you the same question. By the way, like,
I'm already thinking about my answer right now.
Exactly. When we were talking about like Quasi, Barflon, all that kind of shit, like, it's so weird because I think black excellence does have. Wait, did I not fucking save? All right, I'll find that notes. It's so weird because I think black excellence itself has such a stigma to it. And I don't mean that in like a bad way, but I think a lot of people, when they hear the words black excellence, they think of like those super high-end type bullshit. And not bullshit, but like, I mean, they think of like LeBron James, or they think of like Barack Obama, or they think of somebody who's just like that top 0.001%. And that's their idea of excellence. But I think it goes way deeper than that. I think I'm excellent. I've made it past those statistics, hopefully. But, like, you look at those business owners, some of them, not all of them, because some of them are still ghetto as fuck, and they just use that as a whole. But, like, you look at those things where, like, you're succeeding, you're educated, you know what you're talking about, you've made a difference, you've gone through all that shit, you've been through that bullshit, and above all else, you refuse to take no for an answer. You refuse to take the statistics for an answer.
Right.
So the things you're doing reflect that.
Yep.
And that's personally where I operate, because I'm just like, I'm not going to sit here and let somebody tell me just because of the skin color or anything like that like I'm not worth shit, because I'm the GOAT, motherfucker. Like, I have the accolades, I have the results, I have everything that you're looking for. But if you want to deny me, you can try. It won't work, but you can try. By all means, go for it. But I think black excellence as a whole, in and of itself, is overcoming all the odds that we, like, as the black community has. Being able to do that. Being able to, I don't know how to explain. Shatter the mold, more or less. Because, again, I think we look at that. We look at the Jim Crow laws. We look at the slavery aspects of that. We look at the Martin Luther Kings. They're excellent as fuck.
Yep.
That doesn't have to be your target. Just do good, do better, be the best. Because, again, we've overcome a lot, you know? And when we look at those things, and it's like, all right, cool, Rosa Parks sitting in the back of the bus. That's super small, but it's so impactful. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to be this fucking grand monument of, like, speaking in front of millions of people. Like, it could just be that, no, I'm not putting up with that bullshit. That starts everything. And doing that alone is excellent.
Absolutely.
Succeeding is excellent. Getting out of that bullshit and doing better than you thought possible is excellent.
What's the proudest... Give me a proudest moment in your life. What was the proudest moment in your life?
The proudest moment is also my saddest moment.
Mind sharing?
And I think you can relate to this one. Is the proudest moment of my life was when I was told I'm going to be a father.
Amen.
The saddest was a miscarriage.
And how did that make you feel? Twice. I'm devastated.
What are you, my therapist?
No. No, that sounded very strange. I'm sorry, my nigga. No, but no.
How does that make you feel? Looking ass. Yeah, no. So, at that time, again, I'd lost my mom, so I'm going through a lot of shell shock, and my emotions are definitely not where they needed to be. Equally so, like, my girl and I at that time, God, I miss her so much, but whatever. It's a process, and I think you understand this one too, where it's just like, it's awesome, but then you have to start realizing what that means. Like, don't get me wrong, I have no problem being a father, but you realize not only just like that costs, that emotional stress, that realization that like, yo, I gotta be responsible for this little motherfucker that doesn't know anything, and if they have my mouth, shit, I'm gonna throw hands tomorrow. Like, what's up? Hold on, that shit got loud. Hold on, turn my mic down a little bit. But yeah, no, like, I'm throwing hands tomorrow. Like, what's up? The first time, and you gotta have that patience. You gotta have all that, and then say that it's crazy to think about. And then looking back at it, it's just like, damn, what could have been? So, if I have a daughter, nigga, I'm going to jail. Like, it's over.
Man, I'm glad you think that way. There's a lot of men out here that don't think that way. That just, and wonder why they daughters end up becoming tough. But parenting, is that a topic that you wanted to talk about? I mean,
definitely.
Okay, all right, that's cool with me. Parenting.
I think those are the things, like, from a parent to a non-parent, or a parent to a prospective parent. I think if we're having that conversation, it should be somebody who's never even thought about having kids, somebody who's trying to have kids, to somebody who hasn't had kids but wanted to, like myself, and then somebody who does have kids. Just because I feel like that those are like going to be crazy different perspectives. Because my perspective is, fuck them kids. Like, tell me I'm wrong. Fuck them kids. Like, I know you feel that one.
Look.
But you love the fuck out of them.
Well, having one baby is one thing, but once it's past 2 or 3, like, having time for this,
I'm stopping at 2, unless that bitch like pregnant. Like, the most I'm gonna have is 2.
Would you ever get a vasectomy, or you tell your girl to get her tubes tied?
Ooh.
What?
That's a conversation. So, okay. Alright, so number one.
Get a vasectomy. That's some real shit.
If we look at this logically, it makes more sense for me to have a vasectomy because it's easily reversible, where tube ties aren't. So, like, that portion of it that's a conversation. Number 2, it really depends on where I'm at. Like, right now, I don't know if I want kids because I can't take care of myself. But, like, I would love to have kids.
That's real.
But equally so.
That's real.
Don't get me wrong.
That's real.
You get a vasectomy, dude. Have you ever? You have because you have kids. But you ever busted nut in a bitch, bro? Tell me that's not the best feeling in the world. Do that.
You know what I feel like? You ever have to pee real bad and you finally get to the bathroom and you piss, and that shit feels
exactly. And and not just like having to pee real bad. Like you fucking fought armies to get there. You had to do this. You were like, oh shit, I'm not gonna make it. I'm gonna soldier through this shit. And then it's like 20, 30 minutes later, or like same thing. Like I've worked fast food. I know you work some food industries, fast food, just that kind of shit where you're on that floor, you gotta piss like a motherfucker, but you can't because you got other shit going on, and you gotta hold that shit in. And then by that time you finally fucking get there, that's how it feels, 100%. Because that piss is relieving. And that doesn't even hold a candle to it. But again, you tired. If you get a vasectomy, you can do that all the time.
Oh no!
It's probably like some kind of relationship. But like, again, I can go if I got a vasectomy, I can just cream pie the fuck out of her, not have to worry. And she gonna love it too. I can promise you, girls love that shit.
All right. What about so topic number 4, struggles. So struggles as a black man. Would you say did you struggle with anything like as being half black? Like, have you ever experienced any racism? Any prejudice?
Yes and no.
Okay.
I've experienced both of those, by the way.
Elaborate, if you would.
So, me as a person, I get along with almost everybody. So, like, I have a little bit of a different case there. But that does not mean I haven't seen, like, equally so, like, half-breed motherfuckers just, like... Sorry, burping like a motherfucker here. But yeah, so, like, there has been a few times here and there. I'm trying to remember the stories, but, like, as a whole, you kind of get it from both sides if you're not cool or aggressive. Either or. So, like, again, same thing with black people, like, yo, you're white, you're half white, that doesn't matter. And a lot of people, I've made a lot of acquaintances and a lot of enemies as well. But I've also wanted to get out of that. So I did every effort to get out of where I was at to be where I'm at. Like, when we talk about, like, a workplace scenario as well, because, like, I know that's where a lot of, like, the discrimination comes in and the prejudice comes in. Mm-hmm. I haven't experienced it simply because, like, you're not going to give me what I want, but I'm going to be so loud in my actions that you have no choice but to give me what I want. Right. If you don't want to put me where you think you can put me, I'm going to give you no choice but to put me there. The solution. I get that. I've been discriminated against. Like, it's like, all right, cool. I've seen people that they've taken roles that I wanted to get. They've taken jobs I wanted to get. I know we're in, like, the whole DEI era, and that's fine. But I've also been in this situation where it's like, all right, cool. I promise you I'm a way better candidate than they are. Mm-hmm. But because of my skin tone, you kind of looked over me. Which is fine. I get it. But because you did that, I'm going to make my impact so well known that if you don't, you literally have no choice. Like, I'm not going to go ignorant about that. I'm going to play your game better than you're playing it. Yeah. So play the game. Because I thought about that shit a while ago, and you're not on that same level of thinking. I promise you that much. But let me ask you the same question. Do you feel like it's held you back any?
Ooh, man. People still look at, like, I get discriminated by, like, because I like baggy clothes, so I'm a forever wear baggy clothes. So when white people see
Fit
me,
life.
when they see me with the baggy clothes, they already like, oh, they get scared. You know what I'm saying? When I walk in the grocery stores,
right,
I still get looked at. You know what I'm saying? So I still struggle with that stuff. Let me be me. No, racist towards black people as a whole. Because they didn't.
Some Uncle Ruckus motherfuckers?
Yes, bro. Yes. Like
Toms?
Like
crazy.
They got white wives, white girlfriends, and they live in, like, Maple Grove, bro. Like, small towns. And they don't.
What are you doing around here, boy?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's still crazy.
You ever seen that movie with Bernie Mac? When he was like, I don't even like my gums because they black.
Yeah.
That's Them type of niggas, and it's and not even just that. When I get pulled, when I see the police and the police pulls me over or they get behind me,
oh, that's the whole conversation.
Man, I'm so paranoid.
And it shouldn't be like that.
Like, bro, I grab my license. It's on the dashboard.
Hand and have that shit in front of you. Like, I ain't even gonna give you the opportunity.
On the dashboard. I'm even, I keep my insurance on my phone, so I'm even scared to even whip out my phone. Because the phone itself, to these racist honkies, this could look like a gun. If I pick it up wrong. Hey, I'm just trying to grab my insurance. Then if I'm grabbing it from my pants pocket.
Not a gun!
The phone's
already... Oh, God forbid, bro. Like, God forbid.
The phone's already sitting.
And we live in, like, the Bluetooth era. So, like, my phone's in my pocket whenever I'm driving. Because I don't give a fuck. Like, where I need to go, I got that already unlocked. Boom. Playlist unlocked. Boom. If I get pulled over, I need to pull my phone out of my pocket. Luckily, if I get pulled over at night, though, like, you shot a flashlight at me, I do look pretty white, so that's cool. But, like, I don't know. But I'm with that.
We can come up with a couple more of them and wrap it up here. So, just wanted to get the gist of things. What you got for topic number 5? Something
damn,
good.
I had this written down
deep
somewhere.
There's no rule. Like, it could be deep. That's what makes our podcast.
Or it could be absolute bullshit. Yo, can we talk about the man versus bear thing?
Oh, what exactly about man versus bear?
Alright, so random question. From the top, have you been paying attention to the soft guy era thing?
Not really, I ain't gonna lie to you.
Alright, bet. So basically, in a nutshell, it was started by this guy named Scarface Mark per se. Across the board, there's a lot of other influencers here and there for that one. But you know how, like, there's a lot of girls, single ones at that are saying, like, oh, I don't want a man unless they're making $300K a year and they're doing all this and they're doing all this. At the exact same time, they bring nothing to the table. It might be attractive a little bit. But yeah, so, like, the soft guy era itself, like, it's kind of counterintuitive to how it sounds. It's not really just being soft, but it's more along the lines of, if you can't afford to take yourself out to that same restaurant you're asking me to take you out to, don't talk to me. Financial freedom or financial security, like, I'm not going to waste my time.
Not at all.
What the fuck's wrong with you? In any capacity. Hashtag drizzle. If you can't take me to Barbados, I can take myself to Barbados. If you can't take me there, I'm not taking you there either. And, like, a lot of girls have gotten mad at that one because they're like, oh, you're just broke. Honey, I promise you I'm not broke. Like, that's not the issue. Money is not the issue. But I look at qualities. Who are you as a person? And if you're a piece of shit as a person, I'm not wasting my time nor my money. But, yeah, so in a nutshell, that's kind of how it's going. It's just like it's like, yo, we're done listening to that gaslighting bullshit. Oh, if you're broke, just say so.
Why do you have to flash your bread to show that you have money? Will Ferrell walked around with a flip phone with duct tape on it for I don't know how long.
Exactly. Like, I'm not, like, rich in any capacity, but I make a damn good living. I can take care of myself.
Why do you?
If I had a girl right now and she moved in and she lost her job, I could take care of both of us. Not a problem. But the problem is, y'all are pieces of shit. You just don't admit it. And then I saw this fucking TikTok too. It was actually part of the Whatever podcast, and the dude was saying, like, women don't self-identify as broke. They're gonna find a way to blame it on somebody else.
Yep,
like, oh, I can't take myself out to this $200-300 steak dinner, so I'm gonna wait for somebody else to do it. But because they can't, they're broke. No, you're broke. You just don't want to admit it, and that's fine. But just admit it.
Hell
but
no.
like, yeah, no. Again, like I said, above all else, like I blow through money, and that's a problem. And, like, I'm starting to get better about that. But, like, again, it's not that I'm dusty or I'm broke or I'm a scrub or anything along those lines. I'm just trying to build an empire. I'm spending my money / my water on my garden. You're just a thirsty bitch. This is a hypothetical question. I guess this is the women's way to try and like make this rebuttal, but they lost that too. The question was, if you were stuck in the woods and, sorry, how does it go? Something along those lines. But like, if you were alone in the woods, would you rather come across a bear or a man? Thank you. Because a lot of these, because the man could possibly essay me or grape me or anything along those lines. Like, we're not going to act like that doesn't happen. Like, that's entirely possible.
Stupid.
But your mindset is so negative to even possibility to make it back to freedom. This just exposes the thought process logic that you're facing, like above all else. So I feel like that should be a question, but we need a people for that one.
Mm-hmm.
Probably a couple of them, 2 or 3. I can try and find somebody myself. Son.
All right, bro.
I don't know.
But yeah, man.
I will take.